Sorry for CLs whose gems are now going to get blown up, but unlucky.
All right.
Block Punk 2077.
So it's a terminal rush attack. So they can only hit Terminal 1 first, then 2, then 3. And BLUFOR has a big amount of area they can spawn in.
You mean Pinu?
That is all I needed.
Hello.
Hey, so it's a terminal rush attack.
Yes.
Taken in order. And BLUFOR has a lot of room to spawn.
And actually, Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 are
right next to each other. So we do have some bunker markers and an HQ marker there, so I'll be curious to see what's built right there.
Yeah, that's incredibly, I'm going to say unique until I see the actual layout of the fortifications there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's one of those things where Terminal 1 is like on the ground level and then Terminal 2 is like in a tall bunker or something. Who knows?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because that's going to put the pressure on Red 4 to really defend that because they can... Or is it? I don't know. This is so strange because with it being, sequential terminal rush, they have to completely take the first terminal before they can even start on the second. So if Red 4 could just say, do it normally and say if they lose this objective, they lose both of them because they still have the third one to the south, the Castle Rogue. But they could also really garrison this, and even if they lose the first one, they could put up a solid defense for the second. Like you said, it's going to just depend on what they actually build here. But
what's also interesting, though, is it's on the side of a hill. I mean, it kind of plateaus out a little bit before it gets super steep again, so things going to be built on an angle. That should be weird.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
A little slanted, but shouldn't be that bad.
You see what Cheese just wrote in the bottom left?
I'm not China person. I don't know why anyone would want to be Chinese, but okay.
Whoa, you can't say that. You're streaming too, you... Oh my god. Barb. You can't say that.
That's fine, dude. I mean, if you are Chinese, that's fine. I have no
Stop it! Stop it!
Nothing wrong with being Chinese.
Next point! Next point!
Alright, we pushed in. Let's
They're
see.
literally next to each other.
Yeah, it's... Why? What's the fucking point? They're just intense 10 meters away from each other. That's interesting.
There is a Christmas tree here, though.
Ooh, nice. Similar to the one that hell bunker from last week.
I also love how there's an American flag at a Chinese base.
I've already said too much, so I'm not gonna say anything more.
Alright, so I mean, I guess we're gonna just see explosive trap plays by the PLA here. They've got a battle tower that can be taken out. We've got a little vehicle sandbag thing for the MSR. We got the 3 armed M2s. We have a snowman. And where are those 2 quote-unquote AA statics?
So, real quick, before you get to those AA statics, you want to know something cursed?
What?
The Chinese PLA are using 5.56 and 249s and a 417, and yeah, it's all...
So this is going to be probably a 5.56 mirror match.
And laws as well. Did Norinco or Chicom just really start making fucking copycats of...
I mean, in history-wise, they have always made copycat weapons of other governments, so...
But it's always been more like... no, I guess...
No, like the Type 57, I believe, is the Chinese AK?
Yeah. Yeah. I was about to say a very inappropriate joke from Soviet Womble's video, but I'm not going to. But yeah, like, it's...
They're taking a picture with the snowman, but I don't... Like, do you even see the AA statics?
Let's see. Actually, even Carl Gustav, that's just cursed. I'm not. I'm looking around the base. They're not on top of the... Oh. Look at the top of the battle tower, Liru.
Oh.
That's an AA static for sure. That
Ooh.
Boy, I hope they don't accidentally hit one bullet on the side of this battle tower and collapse
Ooh.
the thing.
If they collapse it, though, that's going to fall down lower and might still be okay to shoot people with. All right. Well, there's
If
one.
they collapse it, it's content, so.
And the other one's at the top of a tower as well. Okay. Interesting. I mean, BLUFOR, they do have a Huey, and those things can definitely annihilate a Huey. So, oh, man. I think it's literally a weapon mirror match, though, because BLUFOR has the exact same weapons with the exact same camo. So weapon PID here is actually going to be impossible.
Do you remember who made this? I didn't see who
I did not, no.
Because I know that Vincer likes to do the mirror matches, and it's fine. Like I'm like getting shit for the lack of, you know, quote unquote historical accuracy or whatever. But in all fairness, it is about as fair of a fight as you can get. Literally just, yeah, the same mod, same M4s, 5.56, all that stuff. Why did I just get an email from my university president? I've been graduated for a fucking year. What the fuck?
Gotta pay up that Illumini benefit, man.
Illumini?
Yeah.
Am I part of the Illuminati now?
How do you say, what's the group of people called after you graduate? Alumni, that's it.
No, not.
It's the Illuminati.
It's not aluminium. It's alumni.
Yeah, the Illuminati. Yeah, perfect. Anyway, BLUFOR, we're just seeing people spin to win. They've got 2 unarmed Polarises they could use for recon. We have 2 different types of N2 statics. One that's a little more up-armored than the other with some side windows to look around when you're turned in. 2 others, which are just complete solid. And then the 240 little, like, you know, mobile pillbox bunker, which fires 7.62. We have 2 of the up-armored trucks. Actually, it's 5 of them.
Yeah, Larry's turning into a fucking radical Larry. He's gonna vibrate through some walls if he's not careful.
This is, you just look up in the air and spin your mouse back and forth real quick, and as I do that, I literally am just doing the motion, knocking my mouse back and forth, but yeah.
Why torturing your viewers like that?
I mean, funny. We've seen this AO done before. The objectives were actually in Mista and Stariel, and the attacking faction was coming from the west. But what they ended up doing was going up to where BLUFOR spawn is, taking that objective because the defending faction wasn't holding it at all, and then the main fighting was done in those 2 other towns. I think it was Terminal, but I don't remember. It was a while ago, and it was also on Trinara Summer, not Winter. But regardless, BLUFOR doing an uphill battle here. OPFOR could potentially try to do some counterattacks with those M2 cars, but I could easily just see BLUFOR come on the eastern flank of Terminals 1 and 2, get right on top of the objective. However, that little patch of open ground between the Force Defilade and the base itself could be problematic. I could see OPFOR putting some fortifications there to try to help alleviate that. But this bunker position, it's in a nice spot in the middle of an open area, which OPFOR could easily defend, but I could also see BLUFOR easily get on top of because of how the defilade is structured.
Sorry, you're talking about the northern terminal or the southern one?
Terminals 1 and 2. We do have some additional fortifications dug around on this hill, though, but they could easily be bypassed if BLUFOR just attacks from the east.
Yeah, if they were to... Let's see. So, mobility here is going to be key, because they do have a ways to go before they get there. Probably about, well, like 2 clicks or so before the northern terminals, or if they go in a straight line. If they are to use those Humvees and trucks effectively, if they can, I mean, it's churn now, so they can probably move through the...
It cannot be moved. No, Z's cannot be moved around.
If they're able to just kind of go around south, and yeah, like you said, come from the east, use the tree cover, the tree foliage as cover. Oh, actually, now that I say that, I was gonna say come up the low ground on the northeast or to east side, but that actually puts them in perfect view of the top of that battle tower. So that may not be as good of an idea as I thought. But if they're, I don't know, maybe they can launch rockets into the battle tower and take it down, or maybe just distract the people there while they push up in the east. But using that low ground to their advantage is, I think, going to be key in getting close to this terminal, because otherwise they got to go across this.
I'm gonna switch up the music real quick.
Deal with these bunkers to the north. These two the two bunkers up here. And yeah, they got a ZU on top, so an airborne assault isn't going to be too effective, or, you know, I mean, it could be effective up until it gets.
It'll be effective up for OPFOR for getting all those free kills.
Exactly. Thank you for finishing my sentence for me. That's why I love you.
You're welcome. Okay. Now, with the HQ building, look at where it is placed compared to where Terminal 1 is. I could see some OPFOR guys crawling under the HQ. Actually, it doesn't look like they have any eyes to directly overwatch Terminal 1, but they can at least watch the
I mean, Gores
Eastern MSR. Yeah.
Gores was under there already. He was way ahead of you trying to get under there, but yeah, the angles are not fortunate.
That could really help stop a BLUFOR attack from the east if OPFOR has that low cover there.
Yeah.
It would just mean it's a keyhole versus a keyhole. The keyhole of BLUFOR having to poke their head over, and the keyhole of OPFOR hiding directly under there. So it's just a matter of who shoots who first. Otherwise, I'm not really finding any other keyholes OPFOR could utilize here. They're sending a group up, though. So we might see OPFOR take fortification in some of these other defensive positions. But really, I would just put a small garrison at Terminal 3 and then a large garrison at Terminals 1 and 2 here. Have the M2s fan out on the MSRs to try to find and take down where BLUFOR is going to transport, and have both of those ZUs with personnel on them ready to take out the helicopter if it tries something.
We're actually seeing Red 4 Alpha push out to this northwestern outcropping. I don't know if they're going to go for the little outpost on the west or the bunker line on the north, but yeah, they are going to be utilizing these pretty heavily. I wonder if they're going to, well, no, as I say that, they have sent people down to the castle at Rog. I'm assuming to kind of more check it out than anything at the moment. I don't know. They could... We could have a backup garrison down here and like still try and keep the majority up to the north. They actually have semi-decent eyes from this big old water tower and the castle top, or the rooftop. They do have eyes. It is pretty foggy out there, but they do have eyes looking over there. So
something I want to point out, though.
Before you say that, between the two objectives, Mountain, Dingo, Logan, and Fred have somehow already fucked up their Humvee.
Magnificent. So how they did it was they were going at full speed, and they hit the, you know where it starts going up? They hit that before the wheels register to turn the Vic up. So they went at that on full speed and screwed themselves, and also their front right Vic is, wheel, excuse me, is destroyed, so they'll have to repair that. So they'll probably use that for base defense instead. But that's kind of funny. BLUFOR, I was just going to point out, a lot of them dropped their backpacks at spawn, probably repacking things into their vest.
Again, 1 second.
Yeah, you're good, you're good. But BLUFOR has dropped a lot of their backpacks, so I'm thinking they're going to probably try to do stuff with some more mobility here. I'm just trying to find where the group of people are that dropped them to see if they're all going to mount up in a Vic and try to be more mobile than the rest, or if that was just personal preference. But everyone else I'm looking at here, it appears that they all still have their backpacks there, so that might have just been random dudes doing that instead. Otherwise, I think this round is going to be really cut and dry. BLUFOR is going to pick one angle, do all eggs in one basket attack from the east, or potentially try to go from the south, because any other direction I feel is just a waste because of the open areas from those areas themselves. OPFOR, though, I don't like how much they're fanning out on some of these objectives. Yes, I think it's cool that there are some defensive areas over here that OPFOR can go to, and we're seeing some infantry that are going to go down potentially to do a rush on BLUFOR as they come in, but OPFOR needs to play this smarter. I like seeing this battle line of infantry right here to hold this obvious push. I do hope they stay here and hold it from the high ground, because if they dig fortifications like right at the base of some of these spots, I think they'll be golden. And then we have a random thing of sandbags on the road right here. I'm not sure if that violates the roadblock rule or not, but we do see some bunkers being made as well. We'll probably see some trenches dug. I'd rather have trenches dug than those green fortifications, because at least the trenches would kind of blend in, especially if you put them like at the base of this ridge right here. It would be really hard to see that texture, because the texture itself is what's on the ground. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But OPFOR looking really exposed on this western flank. BLUFOR doesn't really have a way to recon this out, because if they get too close to try to do recon, they're going to get shot down by the ZU guns. So it's going to be luck based off of if BLUFOR rolls right here. But doing a pincer maneuver like this might be a good idea.
I'm back, by the way. It was just the
I heard
this time. Okay, cool. So I'm just kind of going over things on my end, but we have a number of groups that are,
What's that? Let them be a little excited tonight. It's a fun day, and we got some fog coming in too. But if someone starts super derailing, then give them a timeout.
So kind of the numbers are a bit.
Let them show their excitement a bit.
Disconcerting. I feel like they're not going to leave enough people back at the terminals to effectively defend them. But
yeah, I mean, again, OPFOR, like, I like where their Bravo groups are to hold against that obvious eastern advance. It's leaving the western flank exposed, but BLUFOR's not going to be able to do any good recon on this, because if they get their Huey too close, it's going to get shot down by the ZUs. But otherwise, OPFOR, they just have a lot of forces that are kind of fanned out. We might see Charlie try to do a counter push somewhere on foot, though, which is a little worrisome. And I don't see any of the Humvees ready to go to be mobile here. So I don't know. We got two of the Humvees back at the third base. Third terminal. And I don't know where the other one is. It's Platoon 2 HQ has it. He's by the Terminal 1 and 2 base. So OPFOR isn't really going to play anything dynamically here. They're just going to let BLUFOR come to them, which I think is a wasted opportunity. But we'll just have to see how things go. Because OPFOR could have pushed down this MSR, gotten to the coast, come around, and tried to run into things. Like, they could have pushed one Vic up here. They could have pushed one Vic directly to their spawn, one Vic on the far left, and one Vic on the far right, and just run into BLUFOR's advances. So, we'll have to see what happens. Otherwise, heavy fog came in. I believe it was set to dynamically come in within 10 minutes to throw a little bit of a monkey wrench in BLUFOR's plans. But on the higher areas of the hill, it's not as affecting. But it still definitely reduces some visibility here.
yeah, it definitely has thickened up like a good stew, but I think that'll play more into BLUFOR's favor, or sorry, into RedFor's favor than BLUFOR.
Yeah, the ZUs don't have gun depression.
Actually, not. I'm not too sure who's gonna give an advantage to now that I say that, because the closer that the attacking side gets to the defending side, it's like there's less room for them to really engage from, but that also means for the defending side that they're gonna be able to get closer before they see him in the first place. So I guess it's kind of 50-50.
So far, BLUFOR, though, is guessing correctly where to attack from on the western flank of the AO. I can understand why you would do that, though, because there's a lot thicker of a green, which means thicker forest, for them to attack Terminal 1 and 2 and then go back to where they came, potentially resupply, and then attack Terminal 3, compared to there's 2 MSRs on the eastern approach, and there's just a lot of roads going through that to make a lot of open areas. So I don't know, but I think BLUFOR is going to take the southern MSR out of Stario, dismount on the MSRs right there, and just send infantry up from the just up the hill. We do have this massive convoy forming, and again, with OPFOR not sending any of their M2 Vics early on to scout, a lot of their force is going to be caught out of position here, which does leave OPFOR a lot of opportunity to do some flanking attacks. We saw that work really well in the previous round, but I don't know. With BLUFOR this close, it could be a potential issue because OPFOR does not nearly have as many guys on the defensive than last round, so...
And their BLUFOR's helicopter is already floating around the base to the south of Kamishovo off the coast. They're actually going near Electro. So they're... I don't know if... Do they have anyone in there, or is it just the crew and some gunners?
Where?
The helicopter. It actually does, the Huey for BLUFOR. It does have some people in there, probably about a fire team's worth. So they're gonna be, I'm assuming, dropped out behind the lines. Yeah.
That is a long walk, though.
It's a long walk, but really not super long if they go for Terminal 3 and try and do a back cap, because it looks like, yeah, they're landing just west of Kamishovo now, and they're gonna try and mountain goat their way through the woods. From this distance, they can't hear them at all at Terminal 3.
OPFOR has a man down at Terminal 3, by the way. I think Pads fell and hurt himself.
How do you fall from there?
And now you got Dingo clipping into a wall. They're trying to just get on some good positions here, but that's kind of funny.
Arma more so than
yeah.
Off, but oof. So that was Pads?
Yep. I think BLUFOR is also landing back there because that Huey is also incredibly loud, so if they were to land closer, it might give away their plan. And were they told, was BLUFOR told that they were static ZU cannons, or were they just told that they were static AA?
Static AA is what it said. I don't know if they said anything different in the actual briefing, if they asked questions on what it was. But in the mission briefing itself, it just said static AA.
Yeah, so when you hear static AA, people are going to think that that's launcher-based. Because AA that's what I was thinking too.
Is two
separate things. AA is anti-air and AAA is anti-aircraft artillery, which usually means guns.
Was that what it stands for?
Yes.
Oh, neat. You've actually taught me something today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ooh, okay, so this is an issue. The ZU is not bolted down in place. The ZU actually might just fucking armor itself. If I'm watching it move around as the tip of the barrel clips the angled edge of the roof and the little.
What, on the tower?
Yeah, on the top of the tower.
Swamp moving for me.
Like clipping in and like yeah, it's like I saw it moving around and whoever the hell is in there is.
Oh, no, I just saw it. Yep.
Airborne. Yeah.
They hear the aircraft though. It's coming in, and the ZU is looking at the complete wrong direction.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. You see
Yep.
that? Yeah. So they hear it, but they're not sure where. Now he sees it, I think.
Almost blew his friend's head off.
Yes, seriously.
You saw the tracer go right through him.
I was expecting.
Oh my god.
And look, he's pushing himself away. I've never seen Arma physics work so, like, consistently and non-destructively.
That should have blown his buddy's head off and also hurt him, man. That was really lucky. Oh, man. Whew, that was funny. So we have some BLUFOR guys dismounting off of a different SSR here.
One of them's actually very hurt in that truck with the A2 marker. One of them's like bleeding from 3 different limbs.
He's also not moving. He might be a disconnect. I'm going to check the roster real quick.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because usually when people disconnect, it sets them as fully dead animation. I don't see any skulls, so it might have just been a random disconnect.
Yeah, I'm thinking so as well, because he's not moving at all. He's just got the 1,000-yard stare. Regardless, yeah, moving down south, like you said, through Starolia, though they're now dismounting near that gas station. And maybe moving out on foot. We might see some skirmishes with those northwestern bunkers for Red 4. We'll see. They've kind of added a bit as far as trenches and shit to help with that the climb up the hill, similar to what we saw with the eastern side with the Bravo team pushing down. But I don't know. This is still very interesting, and the fog's getting even thicker. Visibility's down to like, holy shit! Yeah, from the fog, I can barely see the battle tower from those bunkers to the northwest of Terminal 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting very thick. And yeah, that Huey is going to be next to useless as far as any kind of fire support. And the tail rotor's out.
Tail's out, yep. ZU clipped it. Vagrant and Buckets are still alive in there, though. You okay?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
Okay, just making sure. Anyway, BLUFOR, we have what appears to be two different groups that have dismounted. One further from the other, though, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do with that. We do have a few guys that have remounted a truck and they're driving it down the MSR here. About a fire team worth of guys in there. About 6 is your standard fire team size in FNF. But I'm thinking maybe they're going to do a pincer here of have one group take the high ground and the other group go in and attack from the direct west. The one fear, though, is that static AA might actually have an angle on that far hill right there. It's just above, and that thing would tear apart enemy infantry. And the Huey has to have said by now that the ZU is in that position. Not necessarily on the battle tower, but at least there. So attacking from high areas would be a really bad idea. Go ahead.
So I want to bring your attention to Terminal... Never mind. Okay, so real quick. Mountain was downed and knocked out inside the castle tower with ZU on top of it. And he was unconscious for a good minute, and then he just finally woke back up, and now he's getting some medical attention. But I saw another asterisk over by Terminal 3, and I got very concerned.
Yeah, OPFOR's been knocking themselves out quite a bit at this position.
I mean, the phrase kind of, you say knock yourself out, but like, damn.
Funny.
I'm taking it seriously.
And now, BLUFOR, we're seeing them dismount.
It's a fucking Flavor Town joke, alright? I get one as well.
And now BLUFOR is dismounting along the direct west of objectives 1 and 2 for that for that attack. I'm not going to call it a pincer yet because I don't see the northern group moving yet. I think they're waiting for that group to dismount, but for this to work properly, I feel like they're going to make the attack from the northern side to draw forces there from OPFOR so that this other group can push in. And then we also still have that 4-man, it's actually a 5-man group pushing up. I think they're going to try to be a strike team to either pierce Terminal 3 or come into Terminal 1 and 2 from a different angle.
Now, they're going to have to be careful because they have a roaming patrol in the form of TSB with the Vincer, CF, Tom, Galil, Moxie Ryzen, and Mapnura all kind of scattered around the perimeter. If they're not careful, they're going to run right in between these groups and could get picked apart. The fog is going to work in their favor, but the BLUFOR team needs to stick together in order to identify who's friendly and who's not. Because everyone's wearing snow camo, everyone's using the same weapons, though I don't know if they know that or not. So they may be in for a shock once they start seeing or start hearing 5.56 that sounds exactly the same like their rifles. And I actually want to bring attention, Dust Eyes. Disagree with that. Dust Eyes is actually Platoon 2 HQ marksman. I thought someone traded with him for his rifle, but no, he's just the marksman. But he's up there too. So
I'm gonna be honest. The best way to tell PID here is the backpacks. The Chinese have a solid white carryall, while the UK guys have a custom 3CB ski backpack. I mean, their camos
as well, I think, because
the
guys have PLA have the goggles and like that star on the forehead, but the BLUFOR guys have that red kind of Rhino NVG mount as instead. And I do want to bring attention to, I think that's CF. Yeah, CF, just northeast of Terminal 3. He's doing the classic DayZ method of hiding at the base of a pine tree. And, I mean, he is fucking invisible. If you hit O and remove markers, I cannot tell that there is a man in there at all.
I completely agree with you. And BLUFOR is really close to him right now. But BLUFOR, their tactic seems to be changing a little bit. We I think we're seeing a reverse order here. We've got a group going to Terminal 3, possibly to meet with that other small group doing Terminal 3. They're going to try to hit everything at once here, which is a very risky strategy, because if OPFOR has evenly defended everything, then it's just BLUFOR dividing their forces to hit OPFOR positions needlessly, whereas if BLUFOR were to take all their forces and just hit one position at a time, they'd be able to much more easily overpower the objectives. So, I mean, we see it all the time in TSB when I Zeus. When they do force splits like this, it can get very, very messy. But otherwise, OPFOR have noticed there's been a two-man group of Eason and Quickly found the BLUFOR dismounts on the far east. We're hearing some M2s now firing on the northern side. That would be... one of the M2s picked off a guy on the roof of the bunker. I guess he was just skylining too easily. 240 could have potentially picked him off.
The fog's getting even thicker and thicker. I am... like, there's no way... like, I think that the fog is now an advantage for BLUFOR, because, like, Red 4 is not going to be able to see them before they get close enough. But BLUFOR's going to be able to see placements and be able to scan for heads and moving any kind of moving figures.
We're about to see...
were to set up an ambush or something. I mean, it's too late now. Maybe between terminals 1 and 2 and then terminal 3, somewhere between the north and south objectives, they could set up an ambush. But otherwise, it's fucking rough, my guy. And yeah.
Hey, look over at Mapnura real quick on the western side. Right under a tree, watching these BLUFOR guys coming in.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The ZU is firing at the northern bunkers. BLUFOR team of Scandi Recon just pushed up there, and they actually took out the Red 4 guys who were out there, but the ZU started firing on them. I don't know if he was able to see what was going on with magnified optics, or if he just got the call or what, but holy...
He got the call, because it's really difficult to see... They can barely see the silhouettes of the bunker up there, but Scandi Recon looking over, because of how thick the fog is, they're not going to be able to see that ZU firing at them. Now you got OPFOR guys firing over. Yeah, again, like, this is not the position BLUFOR wanted to be in, and now you got Alpha doing a wide flank here, running into Charlie's far defense here. They're going to get encircled by 3 more guys coming around. I feel like that's going to cause a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, Mapnura getting a second drop here. And BLUFOR has no idea where he is.
And we actually have a 2-man buddy team just west of Echo behind Lucius, James, Stafford.
Wow.
Yeah, you mentioned them before, but Easton Quickly, like, they are fucking solid snaking this shit. And they could really do some damage if they played their cards right. Once they start taking contact, start fucking lighting them up, you could really get some a number of kills.
Dust was on his own. He got hit. Also, did the Huey go down earlier? Because I see the pilots are dead.
Yeah, the tail went out, remember?
Oh, I didn't... Okay, so they weren't able to recover it. Gotcha.
I didn't see the crash either, but yeah, I'm assuming that they weren't able to. I think...
Here, we can just do this.
That's the Chinese Humvee. Never mind.
Yeah, they weren't able to get the tail back. They crashed.
Actually, now that I mentioned that, yeah,
on the side of a hill.
Pulling up with one of those M2 Humvees just to the west.
Got all those
of
BLUFOR
group that's coming in on the west side of the northern terminal. Quickly and Easton are now opening up, and Mountain needs to either... Yeah, he's mounting the gun now, so he's going to try and get some kills. But I'd be very surprised if he's able to be effective. He takes down 1.
Easton's knocking out 2 people with Quickly. And that whole BLUFOR group's turned around. 1 shot going in Mountain's face.
Yep, he was able to down 2 people. That being...
One's already woken back up, though.
Yeah, STS woke back up. Rory might wake back up as well. But he was able to down 2, but just, solo throwing that Humvee, it's got to be brutal.
Mapnura was able to knock 3 people out before being forced to pull back, but all of them woke back up. I feel like the armor ratios for both the UK and the Chinese guys are a little higher than what we normally see. Because I've been seeing a lot of knockouts. I mean, if you look to the far northeast, for example, a lot of dudes are down. OPFOR had a few more down guys, though, but they've woken back up or have been tapped here. We also have a smoking M2. And a dead boy.
That's another one. That's the armored one, too. Damn. that must have gotten hit by a rocket or something, because those things are tough nuts to crack. But yeah, I wonder, we've lauded for a while the fact that FNF uses custom configs to really promote balance between different
Real quick, look at the two BLUFOR Humvees shredding this cargo post here.
Ooh.
But is the ZU gonna have an angle?
I don't think so. Both those are M2s as well, so they're going to be able to pierce that sheet metal in the fucking guard tower.
Yeah, I saw a lot of rounds go into that cargo post, but nothing seemed to stick there. So a little lucky on the OPFOR guys right there. I'm really curious to see if that ZU is remounted and used against the BLUFOR group holding up there. So Eason and his buddy, I believe, are dead. I'm not finding them on the roster anymore.
Yeah, Mountain looked back up and pulled his Humvee back west. He's probably bandaging himself up now as he sits on that road. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. So a few victories, a few losses for both sides here.
I feel like overall, though, BLUFOR has a lot more guys closer to the objectives than OPFOR. OPFOR has too many guys focusing on the northern attacks here.
I'll agree with you, but with a caveat that they've been able to take out a lot of guys. Just looking at the asterisks, I'm seeing 4 guys down for BLUFOR and possibly more dead up here at the town of Mista. But yeah, the fact that they're so far removed from these objectives could be their downfall, as about, what, 2 squads worth of guys are coming in on the west side of Terminals 1 and 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ZU is opening back up on those northern bunkers. I mean, fuck, it just continues to just get thicker than a bowl of fucking oatmeal, dude.
If OPFOR had someone to line those shots up, they could, the ZU could easily get a handful of kills. We're seeing some OPFOR guys. We got Quickly moving up. He is an AT guy. Let me see what type of AT he has real quick. He's got an RPG 20. Actually, that's a 72A. But he could potentially knock out one of these Humvees, and he definitely hears it downrange.
72A, what?
M72.
Oh,
Quickly has an M72 law out, and he's going to potentially...
I thought about a tank. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. But I mean, look at how many BLUFOR guys are right next to Terminal 1 and 2. We've got the 50 cal here for OPFOR firing down on him, but BLUFOR is really well spaced out here. And Mapnura, meanwhile, he's under another tree and he's knocked out 2 more BLUFOR guys. BLUFOR slowly trying to crawl up to him. Mapnura might have an angle on Bay Potato here. But again, like, these are really cheeky spots to be in. I don't think
That ZU on the top of the battle tower, like, you can't even see the silhouettes now. Before you could see them, like, at least a little bit. But now you can't even see them at all. And Platoon 1 HQ up at these northern bunkers, yeah, Quickly and Eason, wow, how the fuck they pull back over here? Holy shit. They're fucking ghosts in the night.
You got T5 Bay and CO going on the southern side of Terminal number 3, a really deadly combo. I'd say T5 Bay, the second best player in FNF. And he does have a 240 Bravo, which does appear to be his gun of choice, other than a 249. BLUFOR firing up on the main battle tower here, trying to suppress some of OPFOR's defenders up there. But BLUFOR now needs to find a way to get up to that position. OPFOR still has a lot of guys out of play here, but eventually OPFOR is going to rein their dudes in because the Alpha for squad for BLUFOR, they won their fight, but we have a lot of reinforcements coming down to help with OPFOR. But once that's taken care of, those guys will come back and just reset their defensive lines here.
I'm seeing a lot of skulls on both sides, looking about even. If anything, it might be more casualties for Red 4 actually, but because BLUFOR is so spread out and fragmented, I don't know. We do have Foxtrot 2 for BLUFOR inside Terminal 3 now. They've just made contact, and they're going to get inside this big castle tower. As they're starting to breach in now, we have T5A pushing in with that M240.
Oh dear.
And runs across 2 guys who are unprepared. Gets them both. That's
And then T5 gets shot by Seal. I told you, this camo is so fucking close. It's so close. Seal walking back, T5 Bay wigs back up. Oh my god.
Well, between the camo, the low visibility, and the weapons, like, holy shit.
Oh, that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. CEO just didn't want to take any chances and just made sure, all right, I walk in with the guy. That guy's still shooting at these other guys. Get them all down, and we'll just sort to see who's who later, I guess. But that was great. Meanwhile, Mapnura is still harassing this four-man fire team. No, it's Mox over here. Map is down, I guess. Mox getting killed. Yeah, BLUFOR, like, these guys have been knocked out over and over again. I see Map, no, that's not his body. That's a BLUFOR guy's body. I don't know where Mapnura died, but yeah, he was harassing that group all this time. And now you got two OPFOR guys on top of two BLUFOR guys on the other side. OPFOR in trees. And BLUFOR just hiding in bodies.
Yeah, Tom and CF just, like, I mean, I'm talking spitting distant. Tom is like, could smell ash. From the other side of that trench line, but fuck me. This is very cursed. I'd be willing to bet that the mission maker didn't set their fog forecast setting exactly how they wanted to, because I mean, we're down to, I'm talking 100 meters for visibility.
T5 Bay getting knocked out. CO was actually at an angle to be hit by both Olaf and Fred from this place. How they got up here, by the way, was they climbed up the sidewall. That's why you were seeing people getting armored in this corner right here. Use enhanced movement. You climb up to here. You climb up to the little knocked out pole. Then you jump, climb up to the actual base of this wall, and then you just walk over and you get on top. They got a dead guy up here from a disconnect. Down to the northeast, we see that one of the BLUFOR guys was knocked out by OPFOR, and it's just Dream now to take that position. Meanwhile, to the north, you've got, wow, OPFOR actually, a lot more guys were pushing up to those BLUFOR dudes, but now BLUFOR has a one-man number advantage there, and then BLUFOR has a mass Kaz at Scandi Recon's position. Are any of them medics, though? They do have Azariah, a.k.a. Lone Survivor, a medic, so they could get all these people up if they work on them. And OPFOR is just running out of manpower.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to need to be careful and try and hold Terminals 1 and 2 so that the Terminal 3 doesn't become active. Because at this point, if that becomes active, we'll see a decent fight between the rest of the TSB guys here and then T5 Bay and Seo. Dream's actually pushing up now, trying to make a play. Gets one. Runs out of ammo in a second.
Yep, gets the cover, though.
Yep. And
OPFOR going around on that tree. Yep, and Dreams is able to tap him.
NATO is superior. Seeing that TSB patch right underneath the Chinese PLA flag as he gets shot in the head and his brain removed.
So BLUFOR back at Terminal 1 and 2, they have grouped up a lot of their forces on the western side. I think they're going to make a push. We're seeing some smokes being thrown, but not at good angles here. What they need to do is have a machine gun or two just suppress the top of that tower as the infantry push, but we have Eric here getting behind a snowman. So I guess find a different base of cover here, but now it's a little too late because you're having OPFOR Bravo team come in to help fortify this line. BLUFOR's window to get up here is really narrowing because if OPFOR starts bringing their manpower back, they should be fine. Meanwhile, up to the far north, it's still two members of Alpha 2 for BLUFOR fighting with two OPFOR members of Bravo, and Scandi Recon is still working on a lot of these unconscious guys. They did get one up, though. Eric is dead.
Terminal 1 and 2. Yeah, so he got shot from his flank by Quickpeak. So he's we have Swolto, or sorry,
oh wow,
looking up in that direction. This could be pretty bad. I mean,
hey, hold up. T5 Bay on Terminal 3 actually got up on the top of the tower and took out Fred and Olaf, and he is now on 6 kills. There is no one except Galil defending with the 240 Bravo, but he's been holding that position for a while. Go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. Pretty much, yeah. If if the Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 garrison here are able to hold this open ground, I mean, fog's just continuing to thicken up. Like I said, I feel like a broken record, but if they're able to just hold this, what would I say, 20, 30 meters of open ground between the forest line and the HESCO barriers, if they're able to hold that and use that as a killing ground, they could completely decimate all the BLUFOR that are up here. The only thing that would really stop them would be Pierce and this up-armored Humvee, and even then, the gunner still has some weak spot. He's pretty well covered from the turret, but it could really go either way. Depends on how they play it. But yeah, they didn't do anything with those smokes. So there's one guy up here who ran up on his lonesome and got schwacked. I don't know. There's a lot of potential here for BLUFOR. They've actually been able to take out the rest of the Red Fort garrison at Terminal 3. It's just Sayo and Dream versus Galil, who is...
Galil took out T5 Bay, by the way. T5 Bay pushed him, and Galil was able to win the fight there. Yeah, CO being really cautious to go in. Now, while you watch that, interrupt me when something happens, but BLUFOR has the numbers advantage now, and in all honesty, I'm going to attribute it to the medical game that's been going on. I mean, Scandi Recon was able to get up 5 dudes and literally double their number after taking this one position. BLUFOR...
Just to work with you, look at the town of Mista. All the OPFOR there has been killed, and there are 4 BLUFOR guys.
And just a second ago, there were only 2. So we see 2 medics up there. I know Guy was one of the medics still up there, so he was able to get, I know Novix was down, and then either Jupiter or Flux and doubled their number. Mapnura, who was getting a lot of knockouts close to Terminal 3 on the Delta group. The Delta group is still strong. Even though Map got so many knockouts, they were able to medic themselves up, and because of that well-done medical, BLUFOR's been able to bolster their numbers back and is probably going to be able to win this.
Yeah, I mean, like you said with Scandi, just up there on the
He's going to try to throw a grenade in there.
Sorry. The northwest.
Ooh.
Bring up a number of people back up. We have Az up here as the lone survivor.
Wow.
I mean, Archer's up here, who...
He's getting shot at by a friendly now.
As well. But they're picking up a lot of people. So like you said, they're playing this medical game really well. I wonder if
that was a great throw.
Like you said, is a lot more tanky than just the standard RHS stuff, which would allow...
That would make sense, but yeah, definitely. So CO just threw a grenade in the little slit that Galil was hiding in. Galil freaked out, ran out, tried to run out, put his gun up, and as the grenade went off and CO started opening up on Galil, Galil was dead in an instant. CO took a few hits on his legs. He had a friendly fire on him as well. He might get mis-PID'd here, but I mean, that was a perfect throw.
Yeah, he sees the doorway. Doesn't push in, actually.
Yep.
Second guy comes in.
Hey, look, they PID'd properly to see that. The Chinese guys are dead, but T5 Bay is still dead as well, so.
Unfortunate. But yeah, that's going to be Terminal 3 pretty well secured by this back cap group. And now it's just going to be up to this kind of southwestern attack onto Terminal 1.
Last guy that was part of Scandi Recon that was down just woke back up, and all I see up here are dead PLA guys, no dead BLUFOR dudes. I'll stand corrected, actually, there is a dead BLUFOR guy in the corner, but they won that position, they paid for it with a lot of dudes, and just OPFOR wasn't able to follow through and clean them all out. But we have 4 more guys coming up. They do have contact with Scandi Recon here because that Humvee just pulled over to pick him up, and now I'm pretty sure BLUFOR is going to be able to overpower the remaining OPFOR defenders and win this round. But really, hats off to the medics today on BLUFOR because they were able to pretty much bolster BLUFOR here, and that's going to more than likely win them the round. OPFOR can still hold it here if they have a good defensive line here on 360, but
we have about 19 minutes or so remaining, but it's going to come down to about by my count 9 people for BLUFOR at these 2 terminals in the north versus probably what, about 2 dozen, or not 2 dozen, maybe about 20 or so BLUFOR that are going to be coming in at different times. It's not impossible. I mean, we've seen
that OPFOR guy get knocked down. Eason on 3 kills got found out and blown up. But you want to hear a really horrible joke, Barb? This will make you hate me for the rest of the night. You ready?
I mean, I already hate you, but go ahead.
All right, Chinese PLA, CPLA. Rearrange those letters, you get clap. And OPFOR has definitely gotten clap tonight. He just left the chill. Anyway, we got Yanni pushing up here with Nim to make sure that that person's down. We might see a double tap over here. And BLUFOR, they're making their assault here. They just knocked someone out in the tower. They're coordinating with 2 Foxtrot guys. So we do have an OPFOR guy right here that could close the gap. But BLUFOR is going to start making their attack from 3 separate directions here. OPFOR trying their best to hold in this bunker to take out both the combined forces of Scandi Recon with the squad they were with the 4-man group of Alpha pushing it, but now that has alleviated the western flank for this bunker to come in. Explosives going off everywhere, knocking out a PLA guy down there, and again helping to suppress the tower as more AT coming up on this tower, trying to knock it out. PLA doing their best to try to snipe out BLUFOR as they're coming on this advance. We got one guy down right here, but BLUFOR is right on the wall. We got a man down in the bunker, and more AT going in, going back and forth. There's a 1-to-1 trade right there as BLUFOR is making a very costly push, but they have the manpower to make it. Tents getting knocked over here. More grenades getting thrown in this into the compound here. A lot of machine gun fire going into that bunker as well, and the tower. We got a Foxtrot shoot trying to push around to potentially get on the rear of OPFOR here. He's not going to be that useful here. We just had Yanni pull up to the tower and headshot this poor bastard. And now he's climbing into the tower. Accidentally climbs above it, though. Enhanced movement was not with him today. He got knocked out and shot multiple times at multiple angles. BLUFOR, again, making a very costly push here, but it needed to happen for them to push in. That's why the attacking faction always gets the numbers advantage, but it could still falter. OPFOR has a lot of guys still in here, and they are getting some pickoffs. BLUFOR just really needs to get in these fortifications and push in. But these Humvees circling around, they could easily help pick up some of the BLUFOR unconscious guys after this fight and help win it, but honestly, at the end of this fight, OPFOR is pretty much screwed. So, curious to see why this OPFOR guy is still chilling over here. That is just Risen Kill trying to hide. And OPFOR doing their best to hold on this tower. We got Foxtrot True running in. CO, he picked up Bays 2-4 Bravo, or it was Galil's, and he is now going to push up on this tower. OPFOR's outer defenses, they're down to 4 people, 3 on the tower, 1 in that HQ building. CO now coming in, and he is going to get right behind 2 OPFOR guys. This is going to be the nail in the coffin. Blows one guy away, other guy still medicing, doesn't notice. CO loses his leg, but he's able to take out. You almost had Flux right there come in and shoot CO in the back there, but Flux getting knocked out by OPFOR commander. There is an explosive trap on this tower as a martyrdom. But at this rate, I mean, OPFOR is down to 1 guy, Brandy at the base of the tower. CO is going to probably try to bandage here. Yep. We have Command just throwing grenades down there in a bit of a panic. And you also had Brandy run in, not noticing CO up here. And CO is crippled. Yep.
CO was around the corner, so not surprising. But we do have 2 satchels up on the second floor of the tower. I guess it's a bit of a suicide play if they were able to take the 2 terminals. But with it just being Stark, Brandy, and then Rise and Kill down to the south, I mean, there's about a snowball's chance in hell for Red 4 to pull out with the win here.
Well, they could just pick up snow from the ground right here.
As I said, snowball's chance in hell. That's funny.
So OPFOR doing their best. They're still trying to hold the tower here. CO might come up. What needs to happen is OPFOR command here, Stark, needs to just poke out, get some snipes where he can as his battle buddy holds the tower. But CO is probably... Yep, nope, that is BLUFOR on the charge. CO is a floor below, still bandaging. And staying up there, he is bandaging himself. So, ooh, the hack times are only a minute today. We had a BLUFOR guy trying to go outside. That was Mash trying to help Guy Fieri. But he was picked off, and CO just went down. I think to blood loss, though. No, he was at the stairwell, and Brandy was able to pick him off. I doubt CO will wake up again because he took a significant amount of damage. We still have 7 BLUFOR defenders down here. An 8th one rolling in from the side. So can these two OPFOR guys hold? There's actually a 9th one, Iander, down at the base of the tower here. And we also have Risen Kill pushing up he was under a forested area. He's on 2 kills himself. But if OPFOR is, if they lose Terminal 2, then it is all over. But I could see Risen coming up here and getting a multitude of kills. We just had OPFOR Command pick off 3 people.
Yeah, pretty decent defense there. I'm surprised Ryzen was able to push up and get inside the south side of this compound. First terminal is going to blow up.
That killed one of the knockout guys. Got more fire coming in. If BLUFOR has an explosive demo guy, they don't. They can just blow the tower up.
I'm not seeing one either.
Risen coming around. If Iander was on security here, he could take Risen out. But Iander, I think, had to go AFK for a second. So all OPFOR has to do is make sure BLUFOR doesn't get into that terminal site, and they could still hold. We have another guy bandaging the 2 unconscious guys outside the tower. Iander got up and is picked off by Risen, as I think Iander... he was either taunting or maybe he thought he was a friendly.
I swear, like, at this point, I would not be surprised if he thought it was
because of the PID. Yeah, no, I would agree with that too. So he could potentially wake back up, though that was only a few shots, and we have seen people, the body armor seems to be a little more tanky these days, but BLUFOR just needs to push a guy into that tent and cap it, but I think there might be, they think that there's a guy in there too. We got a Humvee pushing around. It's being solo driven though. OPFOR could still potentially clutch this. We're seeing some more shots going down.
It'd be close, but if anything, it'd be on time if they can keep holding Terminal 2, because we still have a number of people at Terminal 3. It'd be close. We're seeing Pierce here.
Oh!
Pierce and Misu and Arco coming around the backside.
He didn't see Risen.
No.
Iander's walking back up.
Another kill or another down at least.
Yep, a lot of double tap headshots.
And Arcor is actually pushing back up towards a friendly BLUFOR. He completely misses the...
Another one getting knocked out. And Iander getting knocked out and double tapped. It is now 3v3. OPFOR could potentially clutch this.
Jupiter's up towards the north dealing with that 2-man, the buddy team that's down up there. But I mean, yeah, they're doing a great job at holding this just from the top couple floors of this battle tower. I'm genuinely impressed at their defense here.
Stark on 6 kills, looking at the other guy.
I've never seen the commander of an element get so many kills. Ryzen gets the gun.
Brandy on 3. Yep.
They really might be able to hold this here.
All right, so all of BLUFOR's numbers right now. One of the unconscious guys woke back up, and he's doing medical on his buddy. If the 2 OPFOR... Oh, shit, wait, OPFOR just lost a guy. It was the commander, so now it's Brandy and Risen versus these 4. I just saw some tracers go down. We see some BLUFOR guys getting up. Again, they're doing a really good job on the medical here. How much time do we have left? We are under 10 minutes, nearly 9 minutes. I think by then, BLUFOR, actually we're seeing BLUFOR, they have a mounted Humvee, one of the PLA's Humvees, and they're heading down with another group of reinforcement. They're leaving Short Boy at the terminal. Yeah, this is going to be really hard.
That's not a bad play, leaving the one guy just to take the terminal. But, I mean, if they're able to take the 2 guys out, then that shouldn't even be a problem. But yeah, start getting taken out just like that is rough.
So what's that makes an excellent point. There was not a lot of 240 fire on that tower. As I say that, Brandy pokes his head up and gets hit. Might not wake up. 203, yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
40 millimeters, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw 2 guys with 240s, and that's what I thought. So there goes the hack. Risen's going to run up here. He's going to potentially shoot a few guys in the rear, though. He's got 50 seconds. Gets a drop. Lines up a shot. He's going to get tapped.
But the recoil. Oh, he's able to get the double.
What?
Oh, that's a 4K.
He's got 40 seconds and he's crippled. Why do you...
Inside the tent.
Guy did a miss PID there.
It's just rising in our court.
Who's in there?
The windows.
Arcor, he's going to hear the barrel go in, and he gets the drop. Oh my god.
Windows in that tent. You can shoot the thing. It's fucking canvas and plastic. You can... I feel like that was a bit of a misplay.
GG.
He was in a very, very
Dude, I mean,
stressful situation.
he did an amazing job right there. He literally survived a guy pointing a gun at his head from the back. Like, god damn. So this is going to play out because BLUFOR still has to hit the terminals. That one's completed. Shorty can hit that immediately.
No, they don't. That's the last of BLUFOR. Or, sorry, the last of Red4.
Well, they still have an unconscious guy actually up here. That's why it hasn't been played yet. So Shorty can now initiate that hack, and yeah, that's GG. But really, really crazy good defense by OPFOR. They're almost clutching it.
It really wasn't, like, great at the beginning, if I'll be honest. Like, they pushed out a lot. They really spread themselves way too thin, in my opinion. But they made up for it with, like, this very much of a last stand for this northern terminal. So,
the surviving factor for BLUFOR was their medical game this round. If they did not have that good of a medical game, yep, no problem. They would not have had the manpower to make this attack possible, and OPFOR would have been able to hold. But that was a great round nonetheless. Still have one more round, guys, for Friday Night Fights, round 3. I got no cringy commercials to play in between, unfortunately.
Thank God.
But we'll have to see how things go. Oh, fuck yourself.
Maybe
10 seconds remaining.
You said go fuck yourself, not fuck you. Okay, never mind.
And we'll see how things go. Shorty just blew himself up. And BLUFOR is firing in the air to celebrate their victory. Lovely. Very close fight. With about 6 minutes remaining on the clock. So crazy on that miss PID. But try not to miss shots point blank, is all I'm going to say on that. Whew. All right, we're going to jump back downstairs.